What's up, folks? It's spooky season, and I'm not a white lady that really gets invested in stuff like this, but shouts out to my team that spends a good deal of time trying to make this stuff more fun for you, to the best of their ability, of course. But yes, that is a Trumpkin. That is literally a Trumpkin. That's a Trump pumpkin. What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, fantastic afternoon, fantastic pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Donald Trump, and this is the Trump Show. Trump 2024, Trump 2020, Trump 2028. You already know what it is, folks. That's right, folks. We're alive, and believe it, it is a spooky season today. This is the spookiest of all spooky seasons. This is the part of the broadcast where I tell you about my personal news. In between the time period where that radical Marxist, communist, socialist, anti-capitalist, anti-American Hasanabi biker pressed the stop streaming button and pressed the start streaming button. That's right, believe it. Lots of communists all around, folks, from Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi all the way to Mommy Dummy. That's what's really spooky about this country that's hot. Very spooky from the standpoint of spook and stories. Boo! You see, I got you scared. Socialism. And that's what's scary. Check out Peculiar Pumpkin Portraits. Show them love for their work. Yeah. No trigger warning? No trigger warning for the Trumpkin. He's there, and you better believe it. You better recognize he's there, baby. They may have done too good of a job. I know, it's so crazy. It doesn't even look like a pumpkin, honestly. It's Tuesday. Hello, lads. It's Tuesday, October 28th, 2025. We're out here. You know what it is. You know what's going on. But yeah, let's get right into it. There's so much to cover as always. There's so much happening in the world. Once again, I have found myself saying the oldest thing that I repeat over and over again after a long and extended period of doing news only content. I find myself thinking, oh man, I really got to dial back this news content and do some more fun shit, whether it be, spooky season related stuff, scary gaming, or whether it be watching more like fun culture related things as opposed to just like directly just mainlining politics as aggressively as I do. And considering the next month I'm going to China, where there are going to be a fuck ton of IRL streams that we're going to be doing all over China. Yeah, all over China. That I have to.
This is what the White House.
I have to lean into some more shit too. Can you help me understand how collabing with FaZe is helping marginalized community? Lacey and Ron have caused their fanboys to target a queer woman who said nothing wrong after the cutie stream. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm just getting stun locked so early on. That has nothing to do with Hassan. I mean, I guess it does kind of have something to do with me because I collab with them as well from time to time, but there are right-wing forces who are much more receptive and much more open-minded and totally on board and much more quote-unquote forgiving. And then there's like this broad leftist movement on the internet that isn't. And those guys who are apolitical, like a lot of people ask me all the time, Hassan, how do you get to like, how is there a Joe Rogan of the left? How do we build a Joe Rogan of the left? And like, obviously it's not a podcastable problem, right? It's not like a podcast solution to a problem, but a big part of the reason why there are so many like Joe Rogan style apolitical content creators who find themselves at the precipice of like right-wing stuff is because they just already have right-wing values, like some right-wing values, and we don't have any tendency to, we on the left are very bad at just like trying to meld not only those people, but like their fan bases firmly and committed into a left-wing movement at all, whether it be the Democratic Party in general or anything, like any sort of leftist values, because we just like are somewhat off-putting. Dude, just don't speak on it. If you don't know what she said, her take, just don't. No, I don't care about what Cutie said or what her take is. I'm just reiterating what my position is in general. Because someone was talking about like collabing with FaZe or whatever. I think it's just, I've been thinking about it quite a fucking bit. And yeah, they're just trying to clip you, man. I mean, okay, what are you gonna do? I'm Mr. Clip. There's a lot going on, and we're going to talk about all of that and more. People just don't understand what Cutie was saying. That's partially on her, but she was just misinterpreted a lot to have a meaning she never meant. I know. These people care more about who Cootie does streams with than Misgive, lol. Yeah, the problem... The other thing that I always see is people constantly being like, oh, this is Hassan's fan base that is like attacking Cutie Cinderella. And I find that so funny because they just literally, I think a lot of people unironically think that I am like I'm the Pope of the left or something. Like I'm the Pope of liberalism. I'm the Pope of the left. They've been brain broken into thinking that there is no like difference in opinion on the left at all. And they don't realize that like I have spent probably the better part of the last decade of my advocacy also trying to rein in some of the less tolerant approach to intolerance on the left in an effort to try to build bridges and change people's minds. And I think I've done a fairly decent job of being able to do that, which is part of the reason why this community is growing. Now, are there fucking growing pains where there are instances where people from marginalized backgrounds feel like they're under attack in this community as opposed to the rest of the internet? Obviously, this is a much safer space, but like that still happens and there's growing pains and you work through it. It's important to not treat every single person as like a immediate villain or some shit. It's a marathon, not a sprint when it comes to helping people change. Yes. Cutie, apologize. Check her VOD if you want more info. Anybody else continue to bring it up is just trying to continue stirring the pot. FaZe fucks with the song. We fuck with FaZe. That's all we need to cover. Yeah. I mean, I've been a FaZer upper back when FaZe was even more problematic than it is now. It's just ironic because now it's like become less problematic in general. But yeah, if this is your main gripe, I do not deal with racist, homophobic assholes, etc. I do not allow them in my houses, and I know that I would toss them out and their ass. She literally said that Palestine was Hassan's Taylor Swift. Dude, again, you cannot treat, like you have to look at all of the information that someone is presenting. Okay, you can't treat like mishaps and slights and microaggressions as the most as a clear-cut signal that someone is like a reactionary racist or whatever. Okay, people need to dial it back. I'm getting TikToks that you quit. What is even going on, dude? I'm not kidding. I think the Larry Elder TikTok purchase has it combined with like the Twitter anti-Zoran brigade is melting what remains of the fractional leftist movement. They are so unserious in general. It sucks. You just have to put your head down, be normal, and just keep pushing. Nothing you can do about it. Let the fucking background noise be background noise. Did I say Larry Elder? I meant Larry Ellison. Jesus Christ. Larry Elder. Anyway, people's attention span is the clip. Some people don't even watch the clip, just read the title. I know. People are getting angry at the wrong people. I always try to stress the importance of like moving people that are your closest allies further into the left, and then also simultaneously moving people. Like my goal always has been to get liberals to become leftists, and my goal has always been to get Republicans to become liberals and then become leftists, right? So like it takes a long ass fucking time. And in the process, you have to be fucking open-minded. It's just, it sucks. You even sometimes have to eat it, right? And it's just, I think once again, a lot of this still stems from like the powerlessness that a lot of people feel in the face of unshakable, non-changing systemic factors. So they just like focus on who they can. Focus on areas where they can actually make like marginal improvements by making a big fuss, and it's always just like the most accessible people. I think you're viewed as a safe space for these groups to watch. They just want to see the change more active and not just I'm gonna hang out with these guys and hopefully they change over time passively. What? Okay, well, it's ironic because like people are already, when they come to this community, they're already taking advantage of that. Like there's a reason why this is like a very sizable, very large community that is a much safer space online than anywhere else. And the reason for that is because I have done this. Like this is my method and it's worked. There are wonderful allies all around you that didn't used to feel the way that they do now. And so I'm just going to keep doing that as opposed to the same exact criticism that I've heard a million times over from people. And if you don't like it, then I understand. Maybe it's not for you, you know? Having said that, you just like all I ask for is charitability, not the idea that like everything I'm doing is for some sort of fake, cynical purpose, but instead there is a broader vision here, you know? That's how shit works in the real world. You slowly expose people to new ideas and eventually they come to the center. Yeah. Like, I always use Jason as a great example of this. Like, he is these guys have every opportunity to be like fucking far right shitheads, and they're not, you know? They would make probably the same amount of money, if not more. Chat calling Jason a right-wing shithead is insane. No one is calling Jason in this community a right-wing shithead. What are you talking about? We literally have an emote dedicated to Jason. The fuck do you mean? No one is saying that or doing that. As a matter of fact, these are people I collab with and I will continue to collaborate with, and ain't nobody can tell me otherwise. And if anyone has an issue about that, they can suck me from the back, okay? That's always been my take. And I have always demonstrated patience, and that has led to some very high profile fuck ups and failures. Aiden Ross is one of the best examples of that, right? Like, I tried so fucking hard with Aiden. I tried my very best to make sure that he did not like become a right-wing shithead, but the money was too good and the feelings were too, he just felt too hot about eating Andrew Tate's. Like, he just wanted to do that. It's always a certain group of people that exaggerate the accusations lobbied against people they relate to. Hasan is racist, Cuties fascist. Somehow none of the actual criticism, but made extreme so it can be discredited immediately. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be honest with you. It's just, the clip culture makes it so fucking hard. It just makes it so hard to have like a normal conversation. The parasocial attitudes make it so fucking hard to have a normal and honest conversation about like anything that's even ostensibly remotely political. I still do it regardless, but like, you see it from the outside. You see how much I get fucking, you see how much I have to eat nonstop. Like, it is what it is. And I think like the biggest weakness on the left overall, especially in this environment, there's a structural issue here, but the biggest weakness on the left in general is from the like how malleable we are as a unit, as a broader movement. We are so easily tricked by the right. They know that we have this like endless desire to ensure that we are doing our very best. And I think the right uses that against us all the fucking time. They just literally will just like point to something. They'll be like, this person is racist and that person is a fascist, or this person is ableist or whatever. And I think like there are people, I hate to say it, who see that and get immediately invested in this campaign.